Ava hits the ground. Elias lands beside her. Darkness surrounds them. A lantern flickers weakly. The stone room feels alive. Ava tries to stand. Elias steadies her. The walls pulse with cold air. A whisper echoes. Ava. Ava freezes. Elias grabs her arm gently. That's not your mother, he warns. Ava's breath shakes. The whisper returns. Harsher, Ava. Come back. Ava steps back. The floor vibrates under her feet. Elias scans the shadows. This is the house's heart, he says. Ava looks around, terrified. This place wasn't built, he adds. A second whisper joins the first. The temperature drops instantly. Ava shivers. Something touches her cheek. She gasps. A small girl appears. White eyes, old dress. No expression. You came back, she says. Elias blocks her path. Ava stares at the ghost child. Who are you? The first, the girl replies. Ava's heart pounds. First, what? First girl the house kept? Ava feels sick. Elias tenses. Don't talk to it, he warns. The girl giggles unnaturally. He couldn't protect the others. Ava snaps her eyes to Elias. What others? Elias avoids her gaze. Silence. Ava repeats. Elias? What others? Elias exhales shakily. 3. Ava steps back, horrified. Elias tries to explain. The Benicius the truth. I couldn't save your mother. Ava's eyes fill with tears. You promised my grandmother. Elias nods painfully. I'm trying! A loud crack erupts in the room. The ground shakes violently. The girl's voice deepens. She's almost ready. Ava feels ice in her veins. Ready for what? The girl steps back. The exchange. The lantern blows out. Pure darkness falls. Ava clutches Elias. A heartbeat echoes from the walls. Not human. Loud. Heavy. Everywhere. The house is choosing you. Elias whispers. The heartbeat grows violent. One must stay. One must leave. One must die. One must leave. Ava trembles against Elias. If you stay, your mother goes free, he says. Ava feels her chest tighten. If I refuse, Elias hesitates. Then it takes someone else. Ava stares at him. Someone else? Like you? Elias doesn't answer. His silence confirms it. Ava, the house will take me. Ava shakes her head violently. No, I won't let it. Elias cups her face. You don't get to choose. The stone walls split open. A door of darkness forms. The little girl whispers. Choose. Before the house chooses for you. Ava grabs Elias, pulls him close. I'm not losing you. Elias leans his forehead to hers. You might have to. The darkness reaches for them. The room roars like a storm. Ava screams in terror and love. Elias wraps his arms around her. I'm here, he whispers. The darkness swallows them whole. Darkness swallowed Ava and Elias, completely, not like falling, but like being absorbed into something alive. A pulling, a dragging, a heartbeat thumping around them that wasn't human. Ava tried to scream, but the darkness smothered the sound. Then, a violent impact. Ava crashed onto wooden floorboards, coughing, shaking, blind in the dark. Somewhere near her, Elias groaned in pain. Elias! Elias! Where are you? No answer. She crawled forward blindly, hands trembling across the cold floor. Her fingers brushed fabric. Then a hand warm, trembling. Ava! Elias whispered shakily. I'm here. Ava exhaled in relief and grabbed his hand tightly. What did the house do? Where are we now? Elias slowly sat up. We're inside one of its memories. Ava blinked. Memories? Before Elias could explain, the darkness around them thinned, shapes forming, walls stretching, light flickering like an old projector. The room transformed. They now stood in a hallway, long, narrow, lit by dim golden lamps. Old wallpaper, dusty carpet, picture frames of different women, all with scratched out faces. Ava stepped closer to one frame. She looks like... Ava whispered. She looks like my grandmother. Elias nodded slowly. And the one next to her is your great-grandmother. Ava's stomach twisted. Why are their faces scratched off? Because, Elias whispered, the house erases the identity of every woman. It keeps They stop being themselves. They become part of the house. Ava shivered. Is this the future the house wants for me? Before Elias could answer, a floorboard creaked behind them. Ava spun nothing. Elias pulled Ava close. We're not alone here. Another creak. Another whisper. Ava's heart jumped. That's my mother's voice. No, Elias said softly. Not exactly. The hallway stretched unnaturally as they walked, as if each step changed the shape of the house. Portraits flickered. Lights dimmed. Then Ava heard it. A slow dragging sound. Something. Crawling. Elias grabbed her hand. Don't run. Don't turn around. Ava's chest tightened. What is it? The house's true form, Elias whispered, voice trembling for the first time. Don't look at it. It only becomes real when you acknowledge it. But Ava couldn't stop hearing it. That slow, dragging sound, crawling closer. Elias? I can feel it behind us. Elias tightened his grip. I know. Just keep moving. A cold, bony hand touched Ava's shoulder. Ava froze. Terror shot through her spine. She whispered, Elias? It touched me. Elias stepped in front of her instantly. It chose you. That's what this means. The whisper behind her deepened. Stay, Ava stumbled back. The creature, whatever it was, stayed in her blind spot. Always behind. Always unseen. Elias swallowed hard. We need to reach the end of the hallway. That's where the house keeps its core. Ava shook her head. Why, Mother, is she here? Yes, Elias said quietly. In the core. Ava's heart thudded. So we can free her? Elias hesitated too long again. Ava's eyes narrowed. What aren't you telling me? Elias stepped closer, brushing her cheek gently. Ava, freeing your mother requires replacing her. Ava stepped back, horrified. So either I stay, or she does. Elias nodded slowly. The house needs a woman to stay alive. Ava felt herself break. That's the exchange the little girl meant. Yes, Ava's breath shook. And if no woman agrees, Elias's jaw clenched. That's when it takes a man instead. Ava's blood ran cold. No, Elias held their shoulders. I made peace with that a long time ago. I didn't, Ava shouted. You're not dying for me. The hallway trembled. Lights flickered. Ava felt something tugging at her ankles, like shadows trying to pull her backward. Ava grabbed my hand. Elias shouted. She reached, their fingers brushed, but the house yanked her backward. Ava, Elias screamed. She slid across the carpet, dragged by invisible hands, her nails scraping the floor. Elias! He sprinted after her, grabbing her wrist. The house pulled harder. Elias pulled harder. Ava screamed in pain. Elias, let go. The house will take you. Not happening, he shouted. The walls moaned. The portraits bled black liquid. The dragging creature breathed cold air onto Ava's neck. Ava sobbed. Elias, please. Don't die because of me. He leaned closer, forehead against hers, even as he struggled against the house. If one of us has to die, it won't be you. Ava's heart shattered. No, I need you too. Everything froze. The hallway went silent. The house whispered, then choose. Ava trembled. Choose what? The whisper echoed from every wall. Your mother, or the man you love, Ava gasped. Elias went still. Ava whispered, broken. I don't know what to do. Elias squeezed her hand. I do. Ava shook her head violently. No, Elias, don't. But he leaned in and whispered the words that destroyed her. Save your mother. Let the house take me instead. Ava screamed. No. Elias, don't. But the darkness swallowed him from her arms. Ava collapsed on the floor, reaching into the void, sobbing. Don't take him. Take me. Take me instead. The house paused. The shadows froze. For the first time, the house listened and whispered, your decision will define the final ritual. Ava lifted her head, tears streaming. Give him back. The darkness pulsed. You shall have him, only if you survive. The last room. A hidden door cracked open at the end of the hallway. Light poured out, blinding, golden, impossible. Ava stood, broken, shaking, but ready. She wiped her tears. I'm coming for him, and walked into the final ritual room. Ava jolted awake, gasping for air, her heart slamming in her chest. For a moment she didn't know where she was, whether the house still had her inside that underground chamber or whether she had finally escaped its grip. But when she looked around, she found herself lying on a soft bed in a dimly lit room. The air was warm, the blankets heavy, and for the first time in hours, she felt safe. Elias sat beside her. He wasn't touching her, but his posture, leaning forward, elbows on his knees, hands clasped tightly, showed the kind of worry he didn't even try to hide. "You're awake," he whispered, voice rough with exhaustion. Ava swallowed hard. Where are we?" "Still in the house," Elias said, "but we're above ground now. The chamber let us go." He paused. "Or maybe it pushed us out." Ava sat up slowly. Her hands were trembling. "Why would it do that?" "Because," he said carefully, "it wasn't finished with us." Ava's breath hitched. "What does that mean?" Elias looked at her, not with fear, but with a kind of quiet determination that made her chest tighten. "It means the house is preparing for something, and whatever it chooses, it's getting closer." Ava wrapped her arms around herself, her mind still echoing with the words of the pale child in the chamber. "One must stay. One must leave. One must die. One must live." "Elias," she whispered, "I'm scared." He finally reached out and took her hand, not to comfort her, but to steady himself. "I am too," he admitted softly. "But I'm not going anywhere." His hand was warm. Hers was cold. They sat like that for a long moment, silence settling around them like a fragile thread. But the house never allowed peace for long. A sudden knock echoed through the hallway. Ava flinched. Elias stiffened. The knock came again, slow, deliberate, impossibly calm. 3 taps. Then silence. Ava whispered, "Is that?" "No," Elias said before she could finish. "It's not human." A cold voice drifted through the door, almost polite, almost amused. "Ava, we need to talk." Ava grabbed Elias's arm. "That's my mother's voice." "It isn't," Elias said. "It's the house pretending again." The door handle began to turn on its own. Elias stood instantly, positioning himself between Ava and the doorway, his body tense, his hands clenched. "Ava, whatever you do, don't answer it." The handle twisted harder, then stopped. A deep silence followed, so quiet Ava could hear her own heartbeat. Then the whisper came again, this time right behind the door. "Elias won't tell you the truth, but I will." Ava's blood ran cold. The house was trying to tear them apart. She knew that, but hearing her mother's voice, even twisted and wrong, pulled at her heart like a hook. Elias shook his head desperately. "Don't listen to it. Don't let it inside your head." But Ava whispered, "What truth?" The voice answered instantly, as though waiting. "The truth. That he was chosen long before you were born. The truth. That your family has always been bound to his. The truth. That he isn't saving you. He's delivering you." Elias slammed his hand against the door. "Stop!" Silence. Ava felt dizzy. "Elias, what is it talking about?" He breathed out slowly, painfully. "Ava, I didn't want to tell you like this." Her throat tightened. "Tell me what?" Elias finally turned to her, eyes heavy with something that felt like guilt and grief tangled together. "Ava, your grandmother didn't call me here to help you." He looked down. "She called me here to finish what she couldn't." Ava's world tilted. "Finish what?" Elias lifted his gaze slowly, and the sorrow in his eyes nearly broke her. "Your family's bloodline keeps the house alive. Mine binds it. For generations, the house chews us one woman and one man, and traps them together inside its cycle." Ava felt her breath stop. "No?" "Yes," Elias whispered. "I wasn't sent to protect you. I was sent because the house decided you were next." Ava pulled her hand away from his, tears stinging her eyes. "So everything you said, was it even real?" Elias stepped forward, his voice shaking. "Ava, listen to me. Whatever destiny the house chose, I'm fighting it. I will never let it claim you." "But it already has," she cried. "It dragged us underground. It showed me my mother. It's using voices." "Ava," Elias said firmly, "you are the first one the house wants this much, and that terrifies it." Ava wiped her tears angrily. "Why? Why me? Elias reached out gently this time, brushing a tear from her cheek. Because you're the one who can break the curse? Ava froze. Break it. How? Elias lowered his hand, voice almost a whisper. By giving something the house can't take. Ava shook her head. I don't understand. Elias closed his eyes, pained. You will, he whispered. But the cost. Maybe me. Before Ava could speak, every lamp in the room exploded at once, plunging them back into darkness. A voice not her mother's, not the child's, but something old, ancient, and furious whispered from the ceiling. It is time. Ava grabbed Elias's arm. He held her protectively, whispering, no matter what happens next, don't let go. The floor trembled beneath them. The walls began to twist, and the house, finally, revealed its true face.